welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a video for people who have never used makeup, are starting to use makeup and don't know what they're doing and the steps in the process, and basically very first makeup kit. This is a smooth. Now for me, if you have very supposedly large pores, you put them where the pores are. So basically around this area, like T-zone, which you guys don't know, again with T-zone, this is basically T-zone. So straight down in here. So look like a T. That is basically where you will put this type of primer. Now, if you have oily skin primer, if you have oily skin, and that people who literally will have the oils. I used to be an oily skin person, as you guys saw in many videos when I first started my YouTube channel. Now I'm more a dry to combo, so I do still get a little bit oily around that area, but not so much. So my primers has literally changed since back then. Now, for people who have oily skin, they want more the gripping type primer. So the other primer that you can use if you are that type of skin, and the way that you know your oily skin is that if you put on makeup and a few hours later you look oily, greasy, too much shine, that's mean you're mostly oily skin. Dry skin are mostly people who has very dry, cakey type of face. Like you just look pretty much like you're in desert. So next, now that's only if you guys want to go to this extra step, but for me, I actually do like it. I like a little glow. So a lot of times you will, a lot of people will use type a glowing type of foundation. This is more like people who wants that coverage and that glow. They also have a oat version, a Milani version, like again, a whole bunch of drugstore version, high-end versions. This I really do like. This is from Juvias place. It's not that expensive. It's considered to be more drugstore, mid-range type of product. But this is something that will give not only coverage but glow, and it won't, So this is stuff I like taking, especially when I want that glowy type of skin and coverage. And it does cover a lot. And it does have a doperificator and everything. Now you can use a sponge on a brush. Now if you use a sponge, it does shear out a lot, and it will make it look lighter and not somewhat you got coverage. Me, I do like a sponge. This is the Paw sponge. Now this is something you get at AOA Studio. Salt Mache has a lot of good affordable sponges. If you guys want to start using sponge, because I do like this on its own and by itself, so I'm going to add a little bit more to this side. It's not really full coverage, but it gets me enough coverage to look where I look like I got foundation on, but not really. Okay, next, like I said, you can put foundation on, but I'm not going to, because I'm going out later on, so I really don't need a whole bunch of makeup on. Also, depending on good skincare. And make sure your skincare is really good and you use it hours or so before you put on makeup, because you need to let that sit in and do its thing for the makeup to look presentable and to slide on really good and not look all bunched up and all that. So, next step, like I said, is concealer. Now, if you're older, you might want a corrector, and this one right here is from a Butterglow corrector. Peach is my savior. I love it. I use it all the time, but if you're young, and again, first time makeup, you really don't need any of that, and we'll get to the concealer once I get done. So, but this is just an extra step. If you don't want to take it, you don't have to. A lot of people don't even use correctors or anything like that for their skin. Some people just go straight to concealer. and all that. So, speaking of concealer, I have this one right here, and then there's another one I really do enjoy, and it's from NYX, which I haven't used for quite a while. But this is the NYX Bare Mineral Concealer. What it look like? It's very light, but if you have a good concealer or corrector underneath, and then you'll take some on that brush, and again, you use it to conceal. As you can see, not only covers, but give you that very brightening. But this is what it looked like. Like I said, I will have fine lines, I will have dark circles. I am at that age to where I will, unfortunately, it happens. Except use a corrector, use something to help with that. And then I could take the sponge and we could just... Okay, so after you conceal and did all that, next step is powder. For me, I actually like using cream products. If you guys have not ever used cream products, again, depend on your age, depend on what you like, depend on what you do. I use the Hot Candy Face Up bronzer. This is a really good bronzer if you really want a good neutral type of glowy type bronzer. If you want a regular liquid bronzer, they have, let's see, Milani, again, have one. These are just my favorite drugstore from the beginning when I first started wearing makeup. Because again, you know, when you're young, you are like in this world of makeup and you don't know where to go, what to pick, what to use, and all that. So it's kind of like a new expanse. So when it comes to this, you always put this over under your powder. Now there is some cream bronzers and liquid bronzer that is good over powder. So if you want to try that, you can. But these right here are good over powder. But I just prefer to have all my liquids and creams over under powder. So again, you take a sponge and it will soak most of it up, but it will make you look that bronzing, like you got a tan type of look. And again, you can also use a brush. So depending on your method, what you want to use, and you can again build. Okay, so if you want a cream blush, again, a lot of options out there, but I would do the one that actually looks good with your skin tone and that you want to try and all that. So this one again, Hot Candy is from, and this is called the Face Blush Off, and this is a really pretty pink type of color, and you put this around like your cheekbone and everything. And again, you can use a brush on a sponge, and I'll show you the brush again. It's another e.l.f. brush, and this is the dual one, which I love. Again, you can use this for your underneath your eyes, but this just blends it all out and makes you go up here because you don't want to look like a clown. Now we have different versions. We have a loose and we have a press. For me, I like using a loose powder underneath my eyes, and I like using something again that's bright. I like using the pink again. I use the color corrector to correct darkness and everything, and then I use a pink brightening powder to brighten up my eyes. So when it comes to this, a little bit, of course, goes a long way. Now, a lot of people will use a powder puff, and they will just do this. And that is good. Just make sure you tap off the accent and make sure you don't have no creases. So you'll go back to your concealer brush, look up, and kind of just, you know, make sure you blend all those creases out because you don't want nothing to go into. And you'll look up. And then this will, again, not only smooth, but make you look very bright, very smooth, and everything. As you see, brightening powder. And for setting powder, I kind of go between loose, and I'm going to go ahead and use the press version of this, but this is a very good, again, if you have oily skin, even dry skin, this is very good, not make you look oily, cakey, or anything like that. This is actually a powder foundation, but I have two shades. I have fair, then I have this one, which is in light 2N. So I'm going to use the dark shade. Again, it does come with a little sponge, but I like using a brush. That way, if you are drying, you won't look so cakey or powdery, and it doesn't look like, you know, you have too much on you. So this will give me extra coverage. Yeah, powder foundation on one of loose foundations if you don't want as much coverage, but you can see this is a lot of coverage. Okay, next is bronzer. Got the infallible bronzer, which I do love. This gives you more a tan. And for me, I like using a fluffy, kind of like almost a taper brush, which this I've been using for the longest time, and it fits me correctly, and it fits right in my hollow cheeks and everything. And this is from Large Power Brush by Joanna. This is something I got for quite a while back, and I really do like it. And it's in the shade Light. So my skin tone is light to medium. So I could do, I go from light to medium. So I make sure my bronzer is not too deep because I don't want to look like too much. And I do want to look like I have bronzer on, but sometimes. Then I'll take it down my neck and all that to just match it up. So these steps are really easy. You just gotta figure out what color you like, your skin tone, your shade, and all that. And then for blush, of course, everyone goes for the Visitor from like, it's a classic blush. It's beautiful. This actually has like a little mosaic flower everything, but when you swirl it together, it looks really beautiful. And I'm gonna top the cream off with this. Now this, you have to use kind of like a fluffy brush because some blushes are a little powdery, so it may not end up, it may be too deep, and you may end up looking like a clown. If that's the case, you can always go over with your powder brush, and it will disperse and get rid of the excess and make it look more natural. And that's the key with makeup. To me, as I learned throughout wearing makeup, is that I go natural. I don't do anything fancy, smashy. I don't put bold eye looks. I don't want bold lips. You know, only if I want to get really dressed up. I have really someplace really special to go to. For me, I just want to look natural. I just want to look like me. So I'm very particular when it comes to what type of makeup I'm wearing and all of that because I know my preference and I know what I like or I don't like. As you can see, it's nice and natural. It's not too much. And this is pretty much what I look like when I put on my makeup. This is me being me in a natural type of look. So then highlight. Again, I love the CoverGirl highlight. This is beautiful. e.l.f. has great. Maybelline is good highlights. Again, depending on your preference and depending on what you want. For highlight, I always like to use, again, a nice tiny, because you really don't need highlight everywhere. The key point to highlight is, number one, of course, you always tap your brush off and you go on the cheekbones. You go on the nose, the tip of the nose, right above your lip, and then on the outside. And this will give you one of the natural bronzing, glowing. It got all that glow back, but not too much. And you can also, if you do eyeshadow, which will be the next step after this, you could use a highlighter that I use for this section in your inner corner on your brow bone. So highlighter is very multitask when it comes to that. speaking of brows, now if you are new and you don't know how to use a brow pencil, I always do a brow tinted brow gel, because the fact that sometimes we don't always have the time to go and do brows and all that. My big one, you guys know, benefits if you guys watch your channel. But they do have really good drugstore, like this one. I recently got the Maybelline Express Brow. Beautiful. I really do like it, except like I said in my review, because I did a drugstore review, don't need a lot of brow product. Now, for me, this works, and I am in a medium brown, and this actually keeps my eyebrows from not falling. This does hold your eyebrows in place. And as you can see, it's not too much. And if it gets too much to a point where it looks like this, you can get a spoolie, a clean spoolie, and it will get rid of that excess of brow gel for that process. So, like I said, if it's a little too much, just get a clear spoolie, and this will also help take some of it down. See? So yeah. So yeah, the only tip is that if you do get this, wipe off the excess. That's the only thing. Now, that's the brows. Simple, quick, easy. Next is we have eyeshadow. Now, again, this could be a quick and easy step to a point where you could do one eyeshadow. If you don't know how to play with eyeshadow, play with colors, anything like that, you just want something neutral, something just for a beginner, someone that have never played with eyeshadow, never got eyeshadow, don't know how to use eyeshadow, you always use an eyeshadow primer. Some people use concealer. I understand that. But for me, concealer has never been my thing. It's always been the eyeshadow primer. And the one I always go to is Milani 1. This is the best eyeshadow primer that I've ever used in my entire life. I've used others. I like the hard candy one. I like the Elf one had a good one. This does its job. It will keep your eyeshadow from not moving, creasing, and not going anywhere. Now, once you put it on your eyes like this, you have to let it set and dry for at least a few minutes. It will tell you let it dry. That way, it could get tacky and sticky and be able to do that. So while you're waiting, this is where I usually just spray my face, because I don't like spraying my face after I put mascara on. It just feels like that some mascaras will smudge, especially after you spray your face. Now, again, another good step is say spray. Always have one. Use the ones that said makeup say spray. Use the one that said, gripping, anything like that, that you know for a fact that you could tell it will do good. So Elf is a good one. They have a new one. Well, depends if you want dewy. Say spray. Milani again. Makeup say spray. Great. This is the Milani Makeup Last. Again, great for people with oily skin or dry skin. It just works really well. And again, if it's a really hot summer and my oil start coming back, I always use the Milani one. It's just the perfect setting spray for me. But I'm going to use the e.l.f. Makeup and Mist. Again, this is a good setting spray also. Just spray enough to cover your face, all of it, whole 9 yards. And a lot of them don't take a lot of spray. A few drops are good. Then you'll take something to fan your face, let it dry. Now, the hard candy, you don't have to do that. You just could put on and just go straight to eyeshadow. But I'm going to show you the simple, easy, quick eyeshadow. So, get a palette that literally is nude, like the clean gold CoverGirl. This has the perfect one. So, you basically use this brown, and you will basically go back and forth like a windshield moister. And then you could also put some on the outer edge, which is called the edge of your eye. And you basically will build that up to get the color. And once you see the color like this, it all looks blended. And if it doesn't look blended, you could use a different brush. more fluffier brush that don't have no product on it, and it will help with that. But then you have this, and it diffused, and this is pretty much what it looked like. I love it. This is how I started doing my makeup. This is how I started doing eye primer, eye makeup, and all that before I got into, you know, different shades and everything. Then you could go the extra step and get a darker, deeper color and put that on the outer edge. Now for me, again, this is a simple, easy, everyday wear. Okay, I don't know why I left off. So as I was saying, I don't know why I left off. So if I left off around here, this is what I was saying is that just get a nice neutral color like that and just blend in your eyes and make it look good. Now this is where the fun part comes in. You can either leave it like this and just go on with your day, put mascara on, and you will look good. Or you can take the extra step and you can use one of these shimmer shades to go into your crease. So for me, I'm going to take this shade right here, and it's beautiful. For me, I like using my fingers. Some people, again, use a brush. But I feel like that with a brush, it doesn't really impact like this. So you would take that, put it all over your lid. Now, the other part is that you'll take a clean blender brush. This is my favorite one. Again, I don't know what it is, the one went off. I had this for a really long time. My favorite blending brush ever. Then you'll take it and you will blend. And this is where the magic happens. That way connect from your lid to your crease, and it will look like a one look eyeshadow. Just a little pop of color, and then you'll find your crease will be defined. And this is what it looked like. Quick and easy. That's how simple. And then remember what I said, you could take your highlighter. You can use the highlighters in there, or you use this highlighter and you'll put it and connect it with the eyeshadow that's on your lid. Finished look. And then you could take a brow bone pencil, which I do have, and you get this from sorry, I'm going to take that, actually put that in the corner to do a little lightening up. So anyways, yeah. Then you could take the same one and you could do actually in the inner corner. This will not only make this extra special, but it'll brighten up your eyes, and see, it looks like you did more than what it looks like. So now, my favorite mascara of all time, does not smudge, do not move, is the Lash Princess. This, if you guys do not do false lashes, which I don't, I never, ever, 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 ever use false lashes. It's just too difficult, and it's just not my thing and not my style. So I use mascara to give me that length, lift, and all that. This is a really, really, really good one. I really do like it. It literally makes my lashes look like I got false lashes on. I've used a whole tube of it. I got a sample one of it, and it literally does magic to my eyelashes. And this is what it looked like. I mean, it looked like I literally got false lashes on. In reality, I don't. Especially since a beginner who probably not even know what false lashes are and don't even know how to use them. Not that I don't know how to use them. It's just that I choose not to use them. There's a difference. I just feel like that mascara can really do all the work, especially if you find the right one that will give you that false lash look. And this one, and many others I've tried before, has given me that look. I mean, look at the difference. It looks amazing. Now, you could do eyeliner, you could do those extra steps and all that, but I prefer not to. I like the way my eyes look. So, again, depending on your preference, depending on what you like. Now, when it comes to lips, there's so much combo when it comes to lips. You could do lipstick, you do lip liners, you could do lip gloss and lipstick. It's endless with lip products. But my favorite thing to do is that you take a simple liner, take the NYX Out Loud, and something that will, that will not interrupt the eye look, because you don't want it to clash. You don't want to look like mishmashed and everything. So you take a simple lip liner, and this will look like, and then you take a simple lip gloss. Now, Maybelline lip gloss is the best lip gloss of all time, and they have so many different shades, but this is perfect. And yes, you will have to reapply if you do lip glosses. Sometimes you gotta reapply and do lipstick, but again, for a beginner, you don't want to go complicated, and you just work your way. Me showing you guys the makeup kit and what a new makeup person that not had makeup before could use, and the steps and everything. So it's a makeup kit for beginners, for people who have just started out doing makeup, no matter what age you are. Just my advice, and just stick to the basics, work your way up, give you time to explore, give you time to try new things and do different things and all that. But this is me, this is what I like, and this I've always done my makeup, and I personally like it. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy some tips, tricks, and whatever and all that. So hope you have a lovely day or night, or wherever you guys are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, do all those things. And hello to my viewers. You guys are amazing. Love you all and all that. So let's keep doing this, keep coming back and all that. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and all that. I'll see you next time. Love you all. Bye.